well.
That was pretty cool. I kind of like that.
I'm going to make sure everything's going right on my channel's end.
Yes,
And it
ma'am.
is.
Yeah, I'm trying to check me now. So.
Yep. Let me make sure that it is going well. View my channel. It's not. Okay, let me try and unshare and share it again.
Wait, don't share. You got to go to more. Down at the bottom of StreamYard. Go to more.
There isn't a more at the bottom of my StreamYard.
How is that not?
I mean, there might have been earlier before I popped it up and tried to share us, but.
Well, yeah, because you stream it to directly to you.
Yeah, give me a second and let's see if it's. Okay. Huh.
Odams,
hey Odom. How's it going? Sorry, on my end, I'm having a little bit of tech trouble, but I'll be figuring it out as we talk. So, hello, Peach. Are you ready? Are you ready for us to crack your head open and learn about the brain? Wow.
I guess so. I mean, I'm kind of new to the subject, frankly.
Yes.
And that's true. It is. So.
Yeah, because you had no idea that there was any kind of neurodiversity going on.
Well, I mean, it was over a decade ago that a family therapist very strongly suggested that I might be autistic. But at the time, this was a little over a decade ago. At that time, it was not even a diagnosis for women. That was it was just, I was like, yeah, okay, no. And then my actual doctor at the time, whom I saw a lot then. I mean, I've been under medical care for years, not anymore, but I was under medical care for like over 30 years. Okay, so so she tended to agree with that. And again, I thought it was just nonsense because this is how I explained it away. My son is autistic. And I didn't know anything about autism prior to his diagnosis. And so I dove in head, feet, arms, legs, toe, every bit of me. I dove into learning everything that I could learn, every bit of information that was available at that time about autism. But keep in mind that I was learning about this for a little boy.
Right. And most things about autism. Oh, where'd you go? I lost the Peach.
I'm right here. Oh, I was like, where'd you go?
Just like disappeared for a minute.
Hey, ho. Hi, how are you?
Hey.
So, like I was saying, that was my explanation. That was my explanation to myself. That was my explanation to that therapist. That was my explanation to my doctor. And
because you do not have the symptoms of autism in a little boy.
No, and a little white boy at that. So, yeah, I don't act anything like him. None of my so, yeah, I had no idea. The only thing I ever knew is that I've never really quite fit in anywhere. People always tended to think that I overreacted to things like noises and just situations, because if a child fell down, it was not like, I was never like, oh, I was like, like, and I can't help that. That's my whole body reacts. Like the whole, And so, but like I said, it was not even a diagnosis at the time. So there was not there was nothing to even look into.
Wow.
But so then this year, the looking into in earnest happened. And I was like, wow, okay. Dang, I wish I had looked before, but it's
but there wasn't anything about what it looked like in women at that time. So if you had looked, you would have just found
there was no such thing. It became a diagnosis in 2013, and this happened in, I believe it was 2011. So, but yeah, so so then this year, Yeah, whole new discovery. And I mean, it was there. I'm not ashamed of it. It was not, I didn't have to question it. It was not, it was like putting on the most comfortable thing I've ever had in my life on. And it
That's
answered, thanks. It was awesome. And it answered so many questions. It answered questions that I didn't know were questions. Just
right.
like
You would
that.
just accepted them as like your quirks, kind
Yeah.
of.
Yeah. Always, it's all just quirks. It's I don't know why, or blah, 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 blah. So,
Right.
anyways, and so you and I have talked, and we have the two little viewpoints, which they kind of are in the same vein.
They really are. The
Yeah,
more we talk
just
about them,
sounds
the more
different.
they're the same.
Yeah.
Because it's
Yeah.
always a cycle. We forget things, we go back to them as a society, we get away from them, we go back, and it just continues. We make progress, we go backwards.
Yes.
A lot of
Well,
progress.
we make progress, go backwards, change our mind, make progress in a different direction on a different thing. Like it's it's true, right?
Right. We get ahead of ourselves and have to go past hit the pause button.
Yes. Yes. But so, I think in the areas that's been most helpful for me has been being able to understand the mechanisms behind like overwhelm.
Oh my gosh, right.
Right. Because before I knew that I was autistic, I just thought I'd beat myself up. I would be like,
right, like what the
what
hell's
is wrong with you? Like,
why can't
you just
handle
act
this?
like everybody else? Like, why you gotta
can't
be
I
so
handle this simple
extra?
thing?
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. Hmm?
Every one of those things. Yes.
Yeah, the struggle is so real when you have no idea why.
Yes. Yes.
The malfunction, for lack of a better word, is happening.
Yeah.
And then you learn it's not a malfunction. Actually, the world just kind of sucks, and our brains can't put up with the BS.
Right. But then, and also like questions that you didn't know that you had about things. Like I've never understood my whole life. I have not ever understood why in the name of Jesus, everybody just thinks that they can just tell me every bit of their problems. I just met you. We are in a grocery store line. I'm trying to pay for my groceries and you are telling me your crap. Like, why?
Yes, why are we are having a very deep conversation, and it's very yeah. I did taxes for people. I mean, then you do just get a little more of everyone's life story, because you ask, like, the minute you ask about like dependence, you hear 9 years of divorce drama. Like it just,
oh my, yes, Lord, all of that crap. Like yes, ma'am. So Stay says she's dealt with that feeling as well, with panic, anxiety, and PTSD, and that people don't understand. Frugal Mama, hi. How are you doing? It's so good to see you here, ma'am.
I'm glad you're back from vacation.
Okay, honey, I appreciate you showing up. What was that? I know, right? And Frugal Mama, I know she's back though.
Yep.
But it was just wrong. Like I'm wandering around the garden at 7 a.m. just twiddling my thumbs. I got no idea what I'm supposed to do with my life, my time. But at the same time, like I know this sounds crazy, but it's real. But at the same time, I'm like, well, I hope she's enjoying herself. But dang it, get back home. How long is this vacation?
Right. Yes. I want to know when we get a video about the vacation, like, where did we go, Frugal Mama? What did we do? Did we have adventures? Did we relax? Did we drink fancy cocktails on a beach? What did we do on this vacation? You gotta fill us in. We've missed a week of your life.
Please, ma'am, please. And also that article, I'm sorry, but Frugal Mama, I don't know. You had mentioned something day before yesterday. You mentioned that you would put a link about the article you were talking about online up in the chat. And ma'am, I never did see it, but if you don't mind, would you put that like in like something? Because that was the most amazing. I was like, oh my gosh, this is an article like available to people. Poop.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like one where like what your poop says about your health?
Oh, absolutely. Directly. Like what's going on in your body with different situations. And even, look, this, I aspire to be, I know sometimes I do things that appear brave. I know that that is factual. But
You do.
this woman, she did the potty squatty whole position thing without the squatty potty thing. I was like, you got to be kidding. And then she did an exercise to help you That is brave. That is brave. Because,
brave.
my little school year mind immediately goes, oh no, all the kids are going to be saying, oh, she said poop.
Right.
Oh, the nonsense that we carry around.
I have totally lost my filter around children. I got to really get back to that because I'm in public now. Like, there are some things you're not supposed to say around other people's children unless you know them a certain way.
Oh my gosh, yeah. But it is hard. I always say that I tell people I don't like children. And that's absolutely not entirely true. In fact, it's not true at all. I love children, but I have that whole, I'm like 100% plugged in empath all the time.
And kids have a lot of feelings that no one gives them an outlet for.
Yes.
So when they find somebody that like sees that their feelings are feelings and they exist and they're valid even though they're 5,
it's like
full force, all the feels.
It's like Niagara Falls. Yes, yes, it is. So
I unleash all of their crazy. Like, I'm sorry. I unleash the crazy of every child that comes around me. Like, I have to give a warning.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to give them a warning. Like, people a warning. Like, yes, I bring out the worst in children. And yes, only like 2 weeks ago, Miss Indiana Jackson explained to me that that's because I make them feel comfortable. I make them feel like they can be themselves. Like,
I'm sorry, seriously? Indiana Jackson explained that? No, I want to talk to Indiana Jackson. I want to talk to Miss Indiana Jackson in a bad way right now. I'm not even kidding.
Oh my gosh, she's fabulous. I love her. She needs to come and go to the casino so I can have dinner with them. Them
people, there are so many of the people out there, the neurodivergent people. I get so excited when I find someone. I'm like, oh my gosh, what?
Like, wow, you saw me?
Hey, Tamika. Hey.
Rice, you are so funny. I feel like that's probably what my niece and nephew think of me. They're like, Aunt Janet loves me.
Yes, you
she's
don't.
tired of me, and then it's time to go home.
Oh, that she can see when she wants. Well, yeah, that's key with when she can see what she wants. I mean, when she can see them when she wants things. But I will be wanting to. But it's such a recovery time for me, unless, and this has never happened. But unless it's like that. That perfectly adjusted child from that perfectly adjusted household? No, me either. That's what I'm saying.
Sorry, I was racking my brain trying to think of.
Yeah, it's always
encountered this.
It's always extra, and then a whole crowd of children. 99 of them could be that perfect little thing that I just said, which doesn't actually exist. But that one child,
come to you.
Immediately.
Yeah, those kids have no interest in me.
Yeah, and I'm like, why do you think that I'm nice? I don't understand why you think I'm nice. But it doesn't work. It doesn't work at all. So
yeah, it's like they have a radar and they're like, my person.
Yes.
And I get that because sometimes I find a person like that and I'm like, my person.
Well, thank you so much, Frugal Mama. Well, it's funny that you say that because it wasn't so very long ago, Miss Almost, that you and I, we spoke for the first time, and it just went on and on.
Yeah, it was so crazy. Like I had known
you forever. It was my whole freaking life. Like,
yeah,
it was awesome and crazy and totally cool. I'm forever grateful that I met you. Like, and I mean, and Miss T and J3G Smart, like, if it were not for them, none of this would be happening right now. And I am so
right.
Yes, absolutely, yeah.
Hey, Educated Natural, how you doing? You had a live last night that was long enough that, like, I thought you were trying to compete with Swoop. I was like, wow. I went out to do something outside and I left you playing because, like, why not? Okay. And then I came back in and I was like, oh, it's been a while. This is awesome. I will now plan my life accordingly to Educated Natural so that I can watch the whole thing next time.
Okay, and I didn't see it. I don't know when it was, but I can assure you I was dead asleep. I'm like super senior.
She went on at like 4:45 p.m.
Well, I'm done by that time of day, Janet. It's time to be
done by that time of day.
I got to go out to the garden. It's time to do the afternoon garden things and get back in the kitchen again.
That's when I get started. At about the time that dinner finishes, like, I have to take a minute, and then all the energy comes.
Well, yeah.
1 hour is your ideal time. I do know exactly how that goes, 10. And also, hey, Anne. Hey, April, May. I love your name. I keep wanting to say June at the end.
Right. It just belongs there.
It does.
Amazing. Her actual name and her last name happened to somehow be June.
Right. That'd be amazing. That would be amazing. I love that. Or even if it went backwards, like June, May, April. But I don't know that April's a common last name either, so.
Started on the whole mandolin rain thing and all that. April, May.
I feel like that was probably sarcastic. Hey, Dolores. Oh, Dolores, there's something I wanted to ask you about Canva, and I don't remember what it is. Sorry, this is my where did that thought go face.
Face, hello. And Miss Ann, Janet.
And I did not see that.
Not either, ma'am. I haven't watched.
Maybe I would check it out, though.
I was very busy this morning out in the garden getting bit half to death by every bug known to man in the area. So
I feel that. I feel that.
Oh, thank you so much. That's so sweet.
Oh, speaking of which, the thing I have greatly feared has come upon me. Because, I have been making my plantain and jewelweed salve. And
I was fussing at myself earlier because I have so many. I have none made up. And I was like, I should have asked Janet for that freaking plantain.
Yeah, I just need to send you one when I'm at the post office next. Yeah, so I tested it on the bug bites, right? Because it's bug bites, bee stings, poison ivy. You note that there is one I had not tried it on personally yet.
I'm trying to knock
out poison ivy now.
But like I haven't had that poison ivy exposure yet.
I have. I got it officially, and I can't take pictures of it because it's on like the bottom of my leg, but I hadn't shaved the day before, and now like your hair grows, and my hair grows fast, and it's very dark and dramatic per protocol. So I can't show any pictures of how it's working, which is very annoying.
So I'm so glad you brought that up because after a certain age, I just decided I really did not want to have to shave my legs. But girl, you cannot do that because it feels like bugs are on your legs all the time. When you are outside and the wind blows the little hairs on your legs, it feels like there's bugs on your legs. But then but now my eyes are so weird. I have to, wear glasses to see things far away and take them off to see things even closer. I mean, close up. But the hair on my legs, I can't see at all. Nothing else. I'm just like blindly trying to shave. I have no idea what's.
Yeah. Yeah. In the shower, I just wing it, and I have to do it frequently because I have to catch the ones I missed the last time, or else they're going to be dramatic because, per protocol.
Right.
So, Anne, I think it's like how people are sensitive to different foods. People also are sensitive to different plants. Like my aunt is allergic to Virginia creeper, which you're not supposed to be able to be allergic to.
So I'm glad I'm not.
Yeah. So it really is just like your body flipping out about that plant. Your body doesn't like it. My body doesn't like gluten. My body doesn't like poison ivy.
My body really hates MSG.
Yours, absolutely. Absolutely.
Syrup, commercial bread. It's so many of the things. So many things.
Sorry, I just read Anne's comment. Ma'am, I think you should enjoy feeling left out of these experiences.
Yeah, I don't you're missing a thing. I'm like, look, I had this thing on my face from the stupid deer flies. I mean, it looked like I was a boob on my forehead. That's what it looked like. It looked like a boob.
That's amazing. A third nip.
No.
Sprouting from your forehead, a third nip.
That's where you got me right there. Right on the nip.
I've heard of people getting a third eye. Maybe this is the next step in your evolution. A third nip on your forehead. Hey, Buddha!
Oh my God. It's so good to see you.
I would say, aw. It's nice to see you, Buddha. Sorry I didn't jump up live on Swoops yesterday. I was what was I doing? I was doing gardening things and moving all around. Like there's sometimes it's not practical to try and be on somebody's live. Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I was reading stuff. I have no idea what you just said. I'm so sorry.
I get that 100%. Like if I'm focused on a thing, the rest of the things are not existing. So I get that.
A swarm. I've seen swarms of bugs, in places like you see them in the distance or what. No, so I'm out there in the garden and I'm watering and a whole dang swarm came around me. They were in everything. They were in my ears. They were getting in my eyes. I didn't know I had nowhere to go. I was like, what is going on? They bit the crap out of me. I don't know. I don't know. I know that they have teeth feeling things. It was awful.
Oh my.
Look.
You're not supposed to be able to have teeth like that. That's
or stingers or whatever the heck. I don't know. I just know those little buggers bite and you cannot see them pretty much. Like they're so tiny. Anyway, I think that is part of being neurodiverse, having
bugs attracted to you in swarms.
You psycho.
Sorry.
No, he's mean, y'all. That's not what I'm saying. Like my level of I'm done with this crapness when it comes to bugs. I don't. Zero. No, people. I know lots of people that be out there just slapping them and they're cool and they're moving along and they're doing their thing. No, I'm like, oh nope, we done. I'm out. I gotta go now.
Yep. Mostly, I'm the person that's cool with them, but except when I'm filming, because like, how am I supposed to focus on anything when there's bugs flying in my face?
Right, and you know better.
Yeah, like it's like they want to get their first studio appearance, and so they're like, "Oh, Janet's filming,"
and I get in my hair, and it doesn't matter. I'm sure people will see me slapping myself in the face and trying to pull hair out my mouth and all the other stuff, and be like, "Just tie it back." It does not help. It does not stay tied back. I can glue hair.
No, or texture of hair. Like you and I both have really fine hair. It does not stay in any damn place.
Nothing. It just nothing.
Grays are a little more workable because my grays are not the same texture.
Oh, Janet.
Weevils?
Oh no, wait, hold on. Look at this.
Hey, Misty with a T. Nice to see you.
Hey, Misty, you gotta tell her, stop being mean to the peach. She's like really.
Were you mean to my peach?
You're being mean to me a minute ago, lady.
Oh, I was. Okay, then it's totally acceptable.
Sometimes you know what? Why? Hang on. I got you, boo. I got you.
So, Anne, we don't have those bugs here. They have them, I think, in the South, maybe. I don't know. We don't have weevils here that I know of.
I know what a big weevil is, but I don't think I want to know.
I've heard of them, but I don't think they're here. I feel like I don't know, like Texas comes to mind. Speaking of which, where's my Cece?
Well, she's
Probably
at work.
working. Yeah.
She's at work right now.
Adorable. Here we have giant, I don't know what they are, like June bugs maybe. I don't know. They're freaking huge. And they came into the house a couple of nights ago when I was laying down because the cats are savages and they just run in and out at will. And so we get bugs. So then I shut the door and this giant bug is randomly flying around. And I didn't know he was there until he was aiming towards my face. Well, but it wasn't actually my face. There was a lamp behind me and he wanted the light.
What color was it?
Blackish brownish. It was kind of like a dark flying blur.
That just sounds like a beetle. That don't sound like a June bug. June bugs are like a metallic-y green, but and they're big. They're like the size of almost like the size of the end part of my thumb. Like they're big.
That's the size.
Oh,
but
okay.
I don't know what color they are. I mean, I didn't even have my glasses on because I was laying down trying to get comfy to chill for the night.
Did you play with bugs when you was young? Because that just made me realize that I remember catching June bugs as a child and tying strings to their leg, and they would be like.
I didn't really get a chance to do anything with the June bugs because the cats like them. And so the cats were always batting them around. So I never had an opportunity to get to them because we always had lots of cats. But I liked learning about everything outside. I would take, little neurodiverse Janet. I liked to take leaves and things and put them in water and leave them outside and watch them decompose to see what would happen to them.
Yeah, you're totally a weirdo.
Yes, I am totally a weirdo. And I would take plants and try to add things to them to see what made them grow or what made them die. So salt clearly went badly. Pepper.
Fluffy. I said, welcome in, Fluffy. Welcome in.
Hey, Fluffy.
So we're both neurodivergent Americans and females. We're supposed to be talking about neurodivergency in the garden, but
I just mentioned plants.
Divergent females. I know.
That was weird as hell. That was so weird. And it was, had someone noted it, I would have been directed to the science track of life.
Oh, yeah? Oh, so my favorite subject in school prior to leaving school was science. Always was science. So strange.
Oh, mine was English. Always English. Because science, you didn't get to do anything. You didn't get to touch anything. You just had to sit at a stupid book and learn stupid things. And you had to memorize. And I hated memorizing anything. Yeah. Same with social studies.
I said, did you just see a squirrel? I saw you stop talking. I was like, oh, she must have seen a comment or something that made you stop dead in your tracks. Yeah, I do that too.
Yeah, it's probably my hair. I don't know. It's been crazy, and my face is fat because I'm retaining water, and I'm just grumpy about it.
Right. I'm so sorry. You know what you really need? Some
to take care of myself.
Blackberry or raspberry tea leaf. That leaf tea.
That'd be amazing.
My brain. You don't have any raspberries there?
I don't. Aunt Martha does, and I was supposed to grab some of the leaves from the ones she was cutting down, but then I started going to the market on Tuesday, and Tuesday was the day we always went to Aunt Martha's. So I haven't been able to get to Aunt Martha's, and I need to because I miss her face.
Yeah. So we were talking. I don't want to get too far off that track because I want to say something about the English teachers thing. I mean, even and full disclosure, I completed all the way up to 7th grade. That's it. 7th grade. The week I was going to turn 18, I went and took a GED test. I passed that because GED is ridiculously simple. And a few years later, I put myself in a community college because I was curious.
Cece, we were asking about you.
Talking about you, yes. And definitely one of us. So she's amazing. I love her so much. So English teachers, everything was fine up until 7th grade. 7th grade, we started having problems, and in college, English lit and all of it all stopped here. My argument stood.
Is that because you had to start reading all the stuff written by boring white men? Probably.
But no, I always did that because I loved libraries. So I would volunteer in libraries and things like, and then I volunteered at the library at the community college, and I discovered Dante's Inferno and stuff. And I was like, what in the world? But English teachers and then English professors they did not care to tangle with me because I always shut them down with one simple phrase: artistic license. Boom. I don't want to hear none of it. Oh, don't tell me a period should be here. It's artistic license.
Right. So I tried to use that. Well, I was because I had tested out of some of the English stuff. Instead of being in English 101 in college, they put me in English 105, which was like the more creative writing side.
Oh, that's better.
It was, oh my God, it was so much better. But he taught us this really cool sentence structure. So me being like, oh, this is so cool, tried to use it on a social work paper. You can imagine exactly how interested they were in artistic license and creative use of punctuation.
There's no artistic license in bureaucracy of any kind.
Exactly. It went bad. I was like, but I learned this in English class. She was like, no, change it.
Oh, I love that. I love that. That's hilarious. Oh my gosh. All right. So
trying to make it less boring for her to read. And she's all like, no, this is social work. This isn't creative writing.
I don't know how you ever did that work. I just don't. And I don't want to get into it because I'm out of
school, and neurodiversity is a whole different subject. Yeah. It could be its own different live. Especially the other children. Yeah.
So
that would be the whole thing.
I did not know that I was autistic. I had no idea. I was ADHD either, though there were clues everywhere. I don't know how the heck I missed that.
Right. I mean, the fact that the bulk of my memories of childhood were people saying, wow, I wish I could take all that energy and bottle it up.
So, but I have found myself.
Yeah, and I was in elementary, I was that. As I got older, I was less interested in being quiet, and I got picked on. No more, no less.
So I was as well. And I did not respond well to that sort of thing. I became a very loud person, a very angry person. I fought a lot. a lot. And it got to the point where absolutely nobody would want to mess with me at all.
Which is kind of exactly what you were going for.
It is, but not in that way. Now I'm doing the same thing, but it's not by being mean to the world. It's by being nice to me and the world. Just not really. I don't really go out there much anymore because it's a lot.
The outside world is a lot. And I have to be honest that being in business, woo, I know that it is the way forward for me, because I will be able to earn income on my own terms. But this being in social places is a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot. It's the first time since I stopped working in, oh my gosh, what was it? 2017 maybe? Has it been maybe 2018 is when I stopped working. Which is a very long story. It was not by choice. But it's the first time that I've really been out of my house this much. And I am not a huge fan. I very much like being antisocial. But I'm giving myself winters. Even though I'm selling all through the other months, I don't plan to do any events. I don't plan to do any clubs or social activities. I plan to stay in my house and make crafts and develop new potions.
Would you like me to put the link in there and see if anybody wants to chime in on in this whole area at all, or you want to just keep it?
I feel like I would be a little overwhelmed if there were a lot.
That's why, because
my energy is very, very funky today. Maybe at the end.
I got you. So I don't know what the end is. So I find myself.
I don't know either. Well, I know that my Auntie Ellen goes live at 4, so I want to be able to join Auntie Ellen at 4 so that we can make old jeans into crafts.
Okay.
Because Auntie Ellen is the highlight of my little Thursday.
And I hear about you talking about Auntie Ellen all the time. I just peeking out at the garden. We have some corn.
I was going to do crafts while we were doing this because I was like, but I feel like I'm okay, but I'm like, don't be surprised if I reach for a craft because my hands are, well, I'm feeling very overwhelmed by.
Because I'm reaching for, okay? I said, don't. Hey, Janice Cruz in Homestead. Hey.
What is Janet? What Unity among the Janets.
Janet.
Meredith.
Ma'am. Peach.
Oh, sorry. Are we Peach here? I have not heard your chosen.
Fully
People
listen.
have very specific ways to be addressed. I
was
not sure.
Hey. No, I'm fully embracing this. I actually really like it. And I met a lady at the grocery store yesterday, and she's now a subscriber. So if she's watching, hey, Tanya, hey, honey, how you doing? Your mama country is so pretty. But yeah, no, she met me as Peach too. I was like, how you doing?
Okay.
And it's like it's like wearing a tie or something a little fancy. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like Mama Owl calls me Janet now because I added the with Janet at the end. And I'm like, I kind of liked being almost because there's 2 Janets, but there's one almost.
Oh.
But not from everyone, just from Mama Owl. Everyone else. So I will answer you and then I'll let Meredith answer you. How's that?
I don't know what kind
I will let Peach answer as well. So for me, I noticed that there are some things in gardening that I really struggle with and that I really do well with. And I have to do things very differently because I'm me. And by saying that, I mean, like, I'm clearly neurodiverse. So, for example, I have to put my plants that are inside in a place where I will specifically see them every day. Because if I don't see them, they will not be watered and they will absolutely die. So one has to be in a place where I am going to see it. So I usually have them either A, close to where I make breakfast, or B, I have them behind me when I am watching Miss T's live in the morning, which, by the way, is not visible enough, just in case you were wondering. So specifically, anything that I need to remember has to be in front of me. Note that it is very hard to put an entire garden in front of me, so I remember that it needs to be watered.
Yeah.
That's a problem.
Yeah.
Also, for me, my energy is not consistent. Some days I can conquer the freaking world. Some days I struggle to get out of bed. Not many now. Most days I can get out of bed. I just may not get much done. Winter, that's more of a challenge. But
yeah,
when I plant a ton of things, and then I'm done. And just try to keep up with them. Like, if you watch me garden, you would definitely know that I am neurodiverse because it doesn't look like anyone else's. But what about you, Miss Peach?
It's so funny that I caught myself doing something yesterday that I have done in the past. It is funny because these things, I'm like, there's so many things in my life that just, I'm like, oh yeah, now I get it. Oh, okay. So yesterday I was out weeding in the garden, weeding the path, the walkways. And I told myself I'm going to do like this, like 2 feet, because these are intense goosegrass and crabgrass weeds. Like they're very.
Oh yeah, the monster ones.
Oh, yes, they're pretty. I'm digging and lifting all the things and trying to get all the stomas out. Oh, those things drive me crazy. But so I'm out there, and I expected to be out there for maybe half an hour. So a couple hours later, I realized I had gone way further. I'm like, I haven't even started dinner. I haven't had nothing to drink. Wait, have I eaten today? Like I lose.
Right. 100% fixated.
Mm-hmm. I get all other things. Yes, I do. And that's terrible. It's not good for your health. So
No, but it's so like it feels so good when you're in that zone.
Yes, Beth, hey! Oh my heavens to Betsy. Girl, you didn't even say nothing. I see you like, hey.
Yeah.
Pretty. She's so pretty. She's beautiful.
Exactly. And you know what? If you're in here and you are neurodiverse or think you might be neurodiverse, I would love to know what it changes for how you garden too. Just because we're the ones up here at the moment doesn't mean that you cannot tell us about your experience being neurodiverse. Mona, hey Mona, and hey Jet Shelley. I don't think I said hi to you.
My goodness gracious. Hey Mona. Hi.
Mona's crocheting is so amazing. I feel really sad that I have not been able to stay up long enough to watch the lives.
I can't. No. I'm like a senior citizen. I get up like 4 a.m. and I'm in bed by 7:30 sometimes. Sometimes I'll be up later. You know that, Janet. And the next day I am so I have to take naps. It's crazy. Yep. Oh my goodness.
Oh, G Mama. Hey G Mama.
So the other thing, hey G Mama, what? So the other thing about the thing that you said, I see you now. Hey. And I type with one finger too on each hand, and then I make so many mistakes.
Really?
Yeah, girl, I'm bad. You keep my hands have minds of their own. I don't know.
I worked at an office when I was just out of high school. Well, a couple of jobs in. I can type like 85 words per minute because I spend a lot of time on my computer. I am a nerd.
Right. So the other thing you just said, so I do that thing. I didn't even realize I do the thing until you said the thing about if you don't see it and all that. And I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Wait, I do that. Like when I run out of something that I don't frequently run out of, like
right.
Vitamin E, you only take one a day. You don't have to take a bunch of I have to put it right.
That reminds me, I am out of my crazy pills. I ran out of my crazy pills last night.
What?
Okay, I'm not supposed to take them until tonight, but it's just anxiety meds. And I will be honest that until I am definitely not at a point where I want to mess with that one. At some point, I'll switch to natural things. Not while starting a business.
Yeah, that's a whole other conversation. That
Yeah.
it is. I have a lot of experience with that stuff, but I'm not gonna.
I've gotten off of them before using really good mental health skills.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
this is a much deeper challenge to my life, and I
Not an
think
easy one.
I'm good on taking meds for a while. I think I will do that. However, I have to remember to get them refilled, which, by the way, is out of sight, out of mind. Back in that same.
You know what? Yes, and that it's been a problem my whole stinking life. It's so refreshing to know that I'm not just an idiot. Like,
so let me ask you this. Speaking of things you didn't know were a thing until the most recent thing that I've discovered is time blindness, where you can't plan because there is literally no way I cannot estimate how long things will take. Yeah. Knowing that there is a reason for that has been so empowering for me. Like, because it's like, why can't I do this? People are like, how long do you think it'll take? How do people know this information? How do people know this information?
Yeah. We've talked about like
Put a one in the chat if this is a problem for you too.
Right.
I'm just curious.
In that same kind of vein, we talked about that I cannot follow directions if I have not been I have to know where all the directions are. I have to understand how it all goes, because if I don't understand, if you're telling me to do this one thing, but I don't understand what came before that thing and what comes after, I physically cannot do the thing. I can't. I don't know how else to tell you that. I'm not questioning your authority, but I cannot do this. Like, you have to tell me.
I would think that Tourette's would be considered neurodivergent. The category is really broad. Because neurodiversity includes so many things, including a lot that are related to trauma. So PTSD, CPTSD, panic disorders, anxiety, depression, and then everything that falls into the autism realm is very much there, and so many more things.
ADD, ADHD, dyslexia, epilepsy, developmental. There's developmental language delays, all the behavior, fear, alcohol spectrum. There's a lot of, oh my gosh, like behaviors. So OCD.
So CC.
Yeah,
OCD. I forgot about OCD.
Yeah, all of that. It's all neurodivergent. And the funny thing is that, like you and I have talked about it, and I told you my theory is that people that are neurodivergent are really not wired for the modern world. We're wired for the way the world was before it was so modern. So before all the noise and all the lights and all the connection and all the information, we have extra wiring so that we are able to plug in more with like all of the things and be aware, like, what is the threat? What's coming? What's what do I smell? Rain? All that stuff, and what on that, other people feeling what other people feel with empathy and all of that. I think it's older. You think it's a superpower kind of a thing, and then I find that stinking article today.
Right. Talking about this article was really cool. We need to put a link to it maybe in the descriptions of our videos so that people can look at it. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, definitely.
Is part of it too.
Yeah. Janice Cruising. Okay. Janice Cruising, you are one of us. Yeah. You know what? You don't even have to be diagnosed.
One of us. Sorry. Welcome to the cult of neurodiversity.
Oh my gosh, to the music of cult of personality. I love that. The cult of neurodiversity.
Girl, smirks. Yes, let us do it.
Love. She says she's so time focused. Look, I done forgot what we were talking about.
Yeah. So, Cece, do you think it's like compensating? Like, I've noticed that people with it seem to go two very different ways. Like, one set of people are perpetually late for absolutely everything because they cannot figure out how long everything takes. And the other set are compulsively early for everything because they have no effing idea how long anything's going to take and they can't judge it. So they,
My son's the one that's freaking crazy early for everything. I've never been on time.
I would not be able to handle that. Like, do you understand how many things I could have done in this time that I'm sitting here waiting?
I'm like, I know he's sitting there and like, I'm home. And I'm still like, oh my God, are you kidding me? You're just sitting there for like an hour? Like,
right. Like, did you bring a book or a project? Like, are you doing a craft? How do you just sit and wait? And if you sit and wait and you do a craft or things like that, people look at you funny, like you're weird. I mean, do you understand that the time we have in our life is limited? Why are you not learning a language? Why are you not? Are you examining the meaning of life? Like, what are you doing with the time that you're just sitting there?
Different things, but still, I'm like, it's funny how how weirdly different we are, but there's just some things that's such against everything we stand to believe in.
Okay, we just urban gardening.
Say what?
Sorry.
Squirrel.
Urban Gardening Chronicles came in. And I realized I had not noticed and said hi, and everyone else had said hi, and I hadn't.
I did not even hi. Urban Gardening Chronicles. How are you? Sorry. Yeah, I get into talking with this lady, and sometimes the time really flies. And we be trying to get off the phone and stuff with one another, and we have a very difficult time.
Oh my gosh, the worst was the day that I first did my festival, and I was like, I can't talk long because I'm going to lose my voice. We talked like 3 hours? Yeah. I was completely hoarse the next day and could not speak.
He kept saying, "Well, yeah, I'm gonna get off. I'm gonna get this stupid chair move." Sorry. Be like, "Okay, yeah, I'm gonna get off here. I'm gonna lose my voice." I'll be like, "Oh, okay." And he said, "But one more thing." And I'm like, 30 minutes later, I'm like, "Oh wait."
Every single time. Oh, did you? Okay, there, we're back.
I can't do that. Oh, that's awesome. Like, you would be helpful to me, I think. I don't know what happened.
I'm going to go back to that comment because I missed it. Maybe it's at the end. Oh, yeah. If somebody says they have to go at 1 p.m., I'm watching the time, and when it's 12:59, I'm trying to get them ready to go. That's my husband. My husband's like, and he has noticed that my readiness is directly correlated with how much I do or do not want to go to a place or to do a thing. Because if I want to go, I have my stuff packed the day before, and I'm like, I'm ready. But I compensate, I know I cannot just be wasting my time. So I have things packed in the car to do if we're early, because that is really the crux of the matter, is I don't want to be wasting my time sitting waiting for things. So I set it up accordingly. But if I don't want to go, there's a long list of things that go on that list. Then it's like time to leave, and I'm like, I don't want to get in the shower. I drag ass.
Oh,
like for real.
Hold on.
Hey, David.
Read this. I wish I could. Why does that sound so familiar?
My college experience can be described exactly in this message. Like my mom bought me a coffee cup that says "Hassle me, I thrive on stress."
No,
she's not wrong. She's not wrong.
No,
there's something about that pressure to need to get it done that snaps me into superhuman mode, or I completely lose my mind and I'm unable to function. It goes one way or another. I would say like 75% of the time I become superwoman. 25%, I completely shut down and am unable to do anything.
So happily enough, in this journey into wellness, I could not do that. I cannot. I have other things that I have got to do. I am not leaving 2 hours early for a thing. I'll get there when I get there.
Exactly. Exactly.
I do think that's awful, but I do. Wait, what was I saying? I had a point.
Oh, we were talking about LP and pressure and yeah.
So with my health, with this getting off of all them stinking prescriptions, number one. That was a heck of a thing. That's great. That's wonderful. So now off the meds, completely off the meds, all of this food and vitamins. That's it. Vitamins and very, very good food. But now I'm getting like this crazy endurance. I'm like, I should be more tired than this. And my body's like, no, come on, let's go. Oh my God. Oh, see, okay, I get that then. That's much more understandable for me. Well,
I have the opposite.
You funny lady.
She's late. She's got FOMO. If I'm early, I also have it. Like, what could I be doing right now? Could I have planted another plant? Could I have sown some seeds? Could I have pulled up those weeds in the corner?
Will get irked with myself. I keep trying to like stop myself from doing things out there. Janet, I cannot stop my brain. I don't know what in the world. Also, I really need look, if anybody's got a spare 100,000 laying around, just let me hold it for you. I really need to do some things about things I cannot do. I'm just a weird. Jen's always like, why? Why do you do that? I'm trying to get this project done. Now you're talking to me about 25 other projects. I'm like, I'm sorry, my brain.
Yeah. Poor man. I see all the potential of all the things, and I want to do them.
Oh, Lord, help me.
Actually, I want to start them. Finishing is a very different conversation.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's what we're saying, and that's what we're saying with the whole getting that. Like, no, we have other things. But in the same breath, I will use all extra time and forget all time. So he might have got there early, but I might forget about it ever happening. I'd be like, oh, what? That's the day for yesterday? Oh, wow, I had no idea.
Yeah, oh, yeah, I was supposed to be there today, wasn't I?
Right.
Oops.
It's not, and people don't take kindly to that.
No, they do not.
Dismissive, or that you just say, it is not that. It is, honest to God, with this kind of a brain, it's like you got sucked into a time vortex, okay? Nobody's being, we cannot help it. There's got to be something. You have, yeah. I always do.
Same.
Oh, yes.
Kelsey, I feel that so much. I mean, people don't understand sometimes how much energy it takes to rein in our brains.
Yeah. I used to have the worst insomnia, Janet. I could never cut my brain off. And I would be, as a very young child, but I would be trying to go to sleep, and I would get so freaking mad at me. Like, what is wrong with you? Just stop thinking about it. You're going to be so tired, you're going to fail, or whatever it was that I was thinking about that I couldn't stop thinking about. Yeah, that's psychotic, right? But if I had known.
Yeah, there's a reason why it's happening.
Okay, cool. I probably would have been able to go to sleep.
I eventually discovered books on CD, and that has been a life changer for me because it gives my brain something to think about as I'm going to sleep. Because left to my own devices, I will wire myself all back up again if there's nothing to think about.
So I will say that the one thing that has from the start been true about being out here, as long as I was able to actually get around and be you know, I'm not talking about the time I was laid up in bed.
Right.
Outside of having to be unable to walk, it was anyway. So outside of that, being out here in the country and not distracted by so many other things, I get distracted by my own things, but I am so thoroughly spent at the end of the day.
Yeah.
It is the greatest sleep in the world. And Cece, I am sorry to hear that, because I am a lover of the naps. I think that they're key to a really happy life.
Naps are the best.
Oh, heavens. No, sometimes.
I don't know how you can make it 6 days.
Oh, wow. LP, that is skill. That is an enviable skill right there. I'm not even joking. Wow.
I was watching this person on Instagram who she's I think she's American, who married a man who's Chinese and was filming all the places that people nap in China. You even have places you can rent to nap.
Yes, isn't that crazy?
I'm like, these are my people.
Oh no. I'm sorry, but if you gotta rent everywhere. If you gotta rent a dog or go rent a place to pet a cat and rent a little pod to take a nap in, you should probably reevaluate your damn life. Just saying.
But they value naps and have no shame about napping whenever and wherever they have a chance. That part I get it.
I'm cool with that, but like, get out of the city. Go walk on some sand, some soil, something. Like, get out of this. That's not, I'm telling you.
They set up little tents to hang out in their public parks. I think that is freaking amazing. Like, you don't have to like be all civilized and social in your park. You can pitch a tent randomly in your city park and be like, okay.
Not know this. Hold up. Ann Haynes is letting us know they have to nap between 11 and 2. It is law there. Well,
that's
okay.
Cool.
All right. Well,
because they told me I had to nap, I wouldn't nap because I'd be pissed off that they were trying to tell me what to do, and I would have to stay awake, and I would have to nap at 2:05.
Yes, I was like, what you talking about? You talking me when to nap? What the hell?
Like I don't do mandated naps. I don't do mandated much of anything.
I'm pretty mad about the whole. I mean, I've been mad about this since I was 18 years old. But when they started saying we had to put seatbelts on, I'm like, what? This is my car. Get out of my car. That's not right.
I get it for kids because they're not old enough to make consenting choices. But for me, I'm a grown ass adult. Why you telling me?
They didn't even have car seats when I was coming up, and seat belts were an option, and we didn't use none of them. My car seat was my mother's lap. I ain't joking. And it wasn't in the back seat. I was in the front seat. So I'm fine. They have an intercom system in every street in 5 minutes. That's weird.
Okay, I don't like that kind of. I don't like people telling me what to do. That definitely factors somewhere in my neurodiversity.
You really need.
I don't appreciate being told what to do, and if I am told what to do, I definitely need a reason of why it needs to be that way. Because if you just tell me to do it and you don't tell me why,
pardon.
I'm gonna struggle. They at my last job, actually, my boss commented on how she could tell on my face what I thought of her instructions. And some of the time she knew I was going to do it, but I was pissed about it. And it is a truth.
Okay, so what China? Is this China?
Right? I need to know why. I just need to know why. If you can give me a good reason, I'm good. But social work has a lot of this is how we've always done it. And that is not an acceptable reason for me to do a thing.
So it's not a valid reason. Just saying.
It is not. My boss learned quickly that I did not think that was a valid reason, that I wanted to know why, because is it evidence-based? Like, is there science behind it? Is there some kind of great logical reason? Because if you just say that's not what we do, I'm going to say, why?
Yeah. and I'll get behind all of it if it's logical and if it doesn't cause harm to anybody.
Exactly. But I need that logic.
Sensical control and BS. No.
Nope.
No. I'm not in support of that crap. I will lead the charge into the rebellion against it. And wow. I led a rebellion in grade school. I cannot believe.
Rebellion? That's awesome.
Okay, I am not. Oh my gosh. Here we go. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Third grade, Olive Branch Elementary. We had a new principal come in. It was about middle of the year when he came around. His name was Mr. Graham. This is important. Trust me. Okay. Anyway, so there were bunny rabbits just back in the corner of this little playground at this little elementary school.
Mm-hmm.
You know, at recess. I'm over there checking it because apparently I've been a weirdo my whole life. I'm checking on the bunnies and blah, 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 blah.
As you should be.
You know, yes. So Mr. Graham on the announcement says we can't go outside, that the bunnies are being removed. Do you know that my tiny little, I got up and I led a march. We led a march. The whole school went out fighting to keep the rabbits from getting removed. And
as they should have. Look at you leading the rebellion.
Gosh, I was such a bad child. I'm like, Mr. Graham, your cookies crumbled. And that was so stupid, but I remember it. And we were
adorable.
Dumb. But they didn't.
Look at you in your little first protest. Amazing. Social justice.
So just now, yes. I have a Nah, I ain't down with that China thing. Oh no, I won't be. So I'm just not going to even. Yes, ma'am. We're gonna put that on the shelf. That's so sad. I'm so glad
better to put that on the shelf.
Talk a lot of trash around my house about how unfree this particular country is, but that's a whole different level. I acknowledge that. So
yes, but neurodiversity does definitely affect our willingness to do things that we are told without a reason, specifically one that is logical and does no harm.
Right, but
that is definitely true.
Yeah, and it doesn't, and it does not look well to other people involved.
No, and it makes it really, really hard work-wise when you're working in a culture that doesn't understand that as a neurodiverse person, you need meaning to your tasks. You need meaning to what you're doing. And if you're just expected to be a mindless drone,
we don't do well.
Not going to go well.
I think that's where my son is right now because he's working in a warehouse. Now he's doing second or third position that he's done in the warehouse.
My husband has found his way through that by making sure that he does the best job, that he trains people below him to do the best job. Like he's found his own way to create meaning in the mindless drone world.
Right.
And I applaud that. Like that's really, really cool.
It is.
But
I don't know how I'm supposed to foster.
Yes, a point or a purpose. Exactly.
Absolutely. Point or purpose. Yes.
If you can tell me why I'm doing something, I will do it 100%, all of my soul.
Give me a purpose. Give me a purpose that has some saviorness to it too. Like purpose to serve an unjust situation, and stop me. I will wear myself out because I am like, no, I'm not going to keep laying down and take. It doesn't even matter what it is. It don't matter as long as it's unjust. I'm so fired up about it, and
or if it's making things better for someone, even if it's not necessarily unjust, but just like if you're making improvements.
Yes. Purpose. Yes.
Oh my gosh, and my mom too. That was the worst. Like I lost my little kid mind. Like that is not a reason. And because I am me, I told her that's not a reason.
Well, hey, Anna, if you didn't know this, you're also neurodiverse. There is not a single question about it. Welcome to the tribe. Welcome in. Welcome in. There's a reason
the cult of the neurodiverse.
Cult of neurodiversity.
One of us.
Yes,
you see, it didn't go well for me either.
I was
a brat. I was ungrateful. I didn't get beat for it, but I got all the verbal abuse.
I got all of it.
Being such a bad kid.
Are you serious about that? Okay, well here's the thing. You don't have to get yourself tested.
No.
You need an official diagnosis to understand yourself better. Like, then nobody else needs to tell you. You're going to know whether you are or whether you aren't. If you feel more comfortable here, you know what? That might just be enough. We're weird.
I have real questions about, I have diagnoses, and a couple I agree with, but I feel like something was missed in there because I feel like there's a bigger diagnosis that explains all of the others. Probably all of them. Because if you look at all of the things that I have.
What did you say? Probably what?
Autism.
You're autistic. You're autistic. Yeah, you're weird like me.
But my diagnosis is social phobia, panic disorder, anxiety, depression, and then PTSD, which the PTSD is fucking valid.
Right.
No challenge
but it's with autistic people. And I'll say, if anybody happens to ever hear this, please stop saying that we have autism. We don't have autism. We are autistic. We're
wired. It's not going to go away with
six. You can't cut it out. It's not a growth. It's like,
and it doesn't just
how you are.
Yeah. And it's not going to go away. Like it's wired in there pretty deeply. Same.
No. Hey, Miss Nana. Come in. She's not saying bye. She's saying hi. Hi. All the things that you were just, girl.
I'm crazy. Yeah. All the times. If I had $1 for every time, I could buy my land.
Right. Yeah. I would be buying so much more. I'd have the whole county. I'd be able to buy the whole county that I live in. The whole county. All the times that it's just why is so dramatic.
Right.
Why you gotta be so particular and all the all of the things. And then people thinking that you want to.
Why can't you stop crying?
Oh my God, I don't know why. Don't you think I want to stop crying? Oh my God, tell me just like I didn't think of that. Oh, it's magical, just crying. Oh my God, thank you so much. You just gave me the key to shit I've been trying to find my whole life. If somebody had just told me before, just stop crying. Oh, thank you. Sorry.
I can tell you were also told that a lot.
Yes, I was. Why can't you just stop? I don't know why I can't. But guess what? There's also going to come a time when if you don't jerk me around and treat me to the point where I got to cut you out of my life, that very same I can't stop in this is going to serve you very well.
Yes.
Very well. Because I won't stop for you either. I won't. You know that.
Mm-hmm.
After they removed his adenoids, he did a lot of that.
That makes sense because having issues with your adenoids would cause a lot of sensory stuff. That would be really uncomfortable.
Okay. So Ann says, so that actually, I didn't even think about that. So I'm doing the sunrise walk the other morning, Janet. And I think it was Tuesday morning. And it was just so gloriously beautiful that I was tears just ran down my face. I just kept crying. I mean, I wasn't like crying, like I wasn't boo-hooing. It was so.
But it was just gorgeous.
Yes.
And you were moved.
The feelings. Yes. All the feelings came leaking right out of my eyeball. So gorgeous. Yes. Beautiful. Yes. Yeah. I think that's a beautiful thing to be able to feel your feelings that much. So, and I'm with you on that because there's a lot of people running around that act like they don't have no feelings. The truth is, everybody's running around feeling lonely and scared and misunderstood. And
but the world isn't Oh,
great sometimes.
and sometimes the world isn't safe for your feelings. I mean,
Oh no.
if you see me in public, you're not going to see my feelings.
Oh no.
Because the world was not safe for me.
It's
Hence
safe.
our deep feelings about the world words, why can't you stop crying? Just stop crying.
Whoever told you that is an idiot, because I already know you're not stupid. So, and I ain't even met you in real life for saying sorry, but I had to say something about that. So that's nonsense.
People just don't accept that our malfunctions may be a sign of our intelligence. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Because we see things beyond the status quo and what's accepted. We think about it deeper. We're like, why?
Yeah. You might have figured out the answer for something real fast. But 20 minutes later, when I figured out the answer, I also figured out the answer for every fail that's liable to come up that you didn't think about. So,
and while I was at it, I figured out an additional solution to world poverty. And
yeah, I'm telling you, they're all the it's like I try to explain what it means to like a regular person, a typical person. What does that mean? Because people they hear the word autism and they're like, oh, honey, I think like that. It's not like that.
No, like there are some deep superpowers that I have because I am wired wrong.
Yeah, absolutely. We all do. Oh my gosh. You know what? You got to check out my friend at QStead Q. It's QUESTEAD QUE. Her nickname is Q. She is so adorable. She's up in Michigan. She's divergent as well. And I mean, you'll just love her to death. But okay, so
that's very cool.
This is what I think that this is a real good way to explain an autistic individual on the level 1 autism anyway. Okay, I'm not going to go beyond that because I can't speak on that. But so as a neurotypical person, here's the plug to this fan. You want this fan? Here's the plug. There it goes. Right there. Seems simple, right? But it's not. If you're autistic, if you're neurodivergent, that plug goes into a 25-foot wire that's going to go around the house and up and over the house probably, and then it'll come in. It's going to plug into that same plug. But
it's going to get all the different things first.
Yes.
And even though there's extra cords plugged into that extension cord, you still end up going into that same little plug. You have to process all that extra crap coming to you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. You don't got to understand it. Just realize it's a fact. It's just it is what it is.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. People told me I was a snob all my life because it wasn't because I didn't talk much. It's because I was so hyper focused. I didn't know what to call it. I'd be so hyper focused on like going where I'm going, or even sometimes in cars, just driving here, there, whatever, trying to get the task at hand done, that I've like blocked all the other things out. I'm not being rude. I'm not snobbish. I just like, if I don't focus,
I'm just focused. Why aren't you?
Why the face? I don't know. I didn't know it was face happening. The things.
Right?
Oh, see, that's what I'm talking about.
Awesome. I also married my opposite. James is as grounded as I am wound up tight.
I think that I would have to say that about Chad. Chad has a real nose to the grindstone. Okay, so he was in the Navy. Mm-hmm. I think if you could be in the Navy, yeah, you got some. I can't be in I can't be told, but he's got that whole stick-to-itiveness. He's very, very loyal. He's very even keeled. I've seen him.
There's a lot of structure in the Navy, though. I feel like
that's true, but still, people are telling you what to do all the damn time, Janet. No,
without a reason.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. Use this tool to do that job, but there's a much better tool for that. We don't want to hear it. Oh, I'm out. Bye. Gotta go. I can't.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't have made it either, actually. I did look into the Navy when I was in high school, but
I looked into the Army.
I don't remember why. I said no, but
1988, I went to the Army recruiters, and I wanted to be combat trained. Whatever it was I was going to do, I'd like to be combat trained. No, ma'am. women don't go on the battlefield. Things were way different then, Janet. You couldn't get combat trained. There was none. It just didn't happen. You could have office jobs. You could be like an MP or whatever. But yeah, I was like, all right, I'm out. I'm so glad that I didn't, because I'd still be AWOL right now. Ain't no way. There ain't no way.
I wanted to do the language route where you learn all the languages so that you can be a translator or go all the places.
Mm-hmm. Oh, this should be good. Sorry.
Yeah, right? That would be amazing.
Tell me about it.
And you got tested all day. I wonder how long I would have made it. The longest testing I ever had was like 3 or 4 hours, and it did not go well. It did not go well.
I don't test well. I like lose my mind. It doesn't make sense to me. I feel like I'm a prisoner. I'm just.
You're way too emotional. Rude. Rude.
You know how many times I've been told that?
Oh my gosh, if I had $1.
But then at the same time, I've been told, because there's been times in my life where I'm just like, I'm done with whatever. I'm just trying to get through. And then I'm stone cold. And I'm like, I don't know what the heck is going on.
Yeah, sometimes it's like a fuse blows, like the emotions are too much and it shuts off and I can't get it to go back on again.
Oh,
and that's the worst, when somebody's telling you something that's super sad and they need your emotions and you got nothing because that fuse blew 2 hours ago. Because
at this point, I live away. Like, I can't. As soon as sad stuff starts, I'm like, nope. No, I can't. It makes me so sick and drains me so quick. Like, okay, yeah, and you're definitely, yeah.
Yep. So, do we want to open it up for people to come on panel?
If you're feeling like you're good with that, ma'am, I'm going to go ahead and put it up here.
I am, and also I need to go to the bathroom, and I don't want to leave you alone. Oh, LP's got a controversial question. Yes, tell me.
Okay.
Do you think that today's society is too accepting instead of leaning towards coping, resilience, and adaptation? I think that there's a balance there because we've kind of went off balance to start with, where there was everything was you need to cope, you need to be more resilient, you need to adapt. And I think that it's swung to the other side of this is what society needs to do, some coping, resilience, adaptation. But what's the right balance? I feel like maybe the balance is somewhere different, where instead of telling people they need to cope and be resilient and adapt, I think that maybe we need to stop trying to push square pegs into round holes and actually notice that people have gifts and there are places for those gifts.
I think, yes, I think society is too sensitive. No, not accepting enough, too sensitive, too busybody. People have so little actual substance to their lives that they're just freaking busy trying to be busybodies and make people like just move on. Like, no. Okay, I got you, Ann. I mean, I'm here, not trying to be filmed right this second. I ain't using the restroom, but I'm doing something.
I feel like society as a whole has a problem.
We stop being so overly involved in other people's crap. Stop having these contests of whose life looks prettier, or whose house is bigger. Who freaking cares? Like, that doesn't mean anything. You cannot take your house with you. And what good is a house if all you do is leave your damn house to go work somewhere so that you can pay for the house? You're not enjoying it. You're not. So humans got where we're at. A lot of people just, that's true. I've pushed through too. Yeah, they do. They do. And I did push through. I pushed through a lot of things. I pushed through so much, and I'm just done trying to push through. That's why I just made my little like escape area, like out here on this little property and stuff. Because being out there in the real world with all the people and all the cars and all the anger and the angst and the jealousy
and unprocessed emotions, like we would have so many less issues if everybody learned, like Stay calls them soft skills, but basically like having empathy, processing your emotions, learning how to handle your own emotions, learning how to self-soothe. Like a lot of what is really stressful for me as a neurodiverse person is dealing with other people's emotional shit because they don't know how to, because the world doesn't teach us to. And that's
trying to process the situation at the moment too. It's all, there's so many layers, always there's so many layers going on. But LP says, but where will we go if everyone is always saying, well, I can't because that makes me feel bad? Well, what is feel? I'm confused. Is that from,
you know, when people say like they can't work because of this, like people using it as an excuse to just be lazy, kind of.
But are they, or is that the only thing that they know what to say? Because, you know, as a person who did not have a clue what previously in my life, I didn't know what shutdown was. And I can tell you, I've experienced it more than one time. And you can't do anything. Well, you typically don't feel anything at that point. But
but you're just done. You're just off.
My thing with feelings is very hard to live this way. And I don't do a perfect job. I do pretty good. I have to remind myself sometimes though, my feelings are my responsibility. Someone else cannot make me feel any type of way unless they lay a hand on me. So my feelings are my response, and they are my responsibility.
Yeah.
It is invalid to say you made me feel bad. You made me mad. No, I didn't make you mad. I did something, you didn't like it. You reacted bad. You made you mad. Stop trying to put your shit on me.
Right. I mean, we have choices. You know, if somebody creates situations that I respond to, I don't have to stay around them. I can leave because my mental health is my responsibility. I have to take care of me. If you are going to be toxic in my life, I have an obligation to cut you off.
I mean, for your own self.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know.
Again, I think that's really shitty that they didn't allow you to grieve in the way that you needed to.
And I am not being rude, but I am skipping over these things, and because it causes me a massive amount of physical pain, and I just can't. So I'm not ignoring you. Know that I love you. You know, but I just cannot. It is just too much for me, babes. I can't. So, anyways, yeah.
And on that note, I will be right back because I have to pee.
Okay. That for me, that was a big change in how I was looking at things. Because before I understood that, and I didn't put the wrong camera on it. Before I understood that, I did react in like, you're making me feel this, or you're making me feel that, or that is, I don't like that at all. Feel like that? I don't like that. That's ridiculous. Because I really did not know. I did not know that what I was feeling is a reaction. And then my reaction, I also didn't understand, well, why am I having that reaction? Why am I having that feeling? And, you know, a lot of times life is really out of control and noisy, especially when you're really a young person. And I was very young then. And you can't focus on, you can't even get quiet or still enough long enough to realize like, well, maybe my response to that is because I'm scared, because I'm scared. Whatever the reasons are, find your reasons and then address the reasons. Because when you do that, you take the power of buttons away from other people. So yeah, you're absolutely responsible for your own reactions, your own emotional reactions, or how you're reacting. So your responsibility. Yes, that's also very true. But those things are also buttons. And if we don't address our buttons, you know, when people say so and so is always pushing my buttons, if we don't address our buttons, and if we don't start understanding what our buttons are from, because you weren't born with buttons, you weren't born with triggers. Those are things that have developed over whatever your experiences in life have been. And it's something that, for yourself, for myself anyway, it was something that I had to address, because it didn't just remove those buttons so much for me being helpful, but it helped me to guard my heart, because if you're not walking around with chips on your shoulders, it's not so easy to knock them down. There's nothing there to knock down. So if I figure out what it is that's my trigger, then it removes the power from like a potential bully, or, you know, I don't mean to drag his position around in life, because we get along really well now with my ex-husband. When we were married, you know, I would react in certain ways, and I wasn't realizing, had I just addressed what was the point? Why is it that is bothering me at all? And then, okay, what caused that to begin with? Had I ever previously, way sooner, had I addressed that, I might not have reacted so bad. But also, when I finally did, then it took away an ability to get a reaction. And there are people that they intentionally try to get a rise out of you. And no, yeah, go ahead. Yes, we are all accountable for ourselves, but it's real hard in the moment. LP, thank you. And thank you for stopping in. Come on back. I had not put one and one together, so talking to y'all strangely. Really? Okay.
Aww.
You know what?
It's really cool, Janet. I'm glad that we could help.
Yeah, there's so much. And the more you learn about it, for me, the easier it has been to function with it, and to get out of my own way. Like, I can recognize what things are actual triggers for me, and do everything, you know, possible to make sure, first of all, that my family knows what my triggers are, so they're on the lookout. They're not responsible for it, but they can always, you know, lend a helping hand.
They can support you.
Exactly. It just makes it a lot easier. And you know what? Being able to explain how you're going to feel about something to somebody versus, I don't know why, it's just how it is a lot easier. People tend to get along better when you can explain it instead of just some quippy reality thing. Like, because
they think it's just a lack of character, or you are morally deficient or something, when really, like, there's a reason.
I've been told that so much my whole life. So much.
Sorry, I'm just randomly eating a tortilla with peanut butter on it because I need a snacky.
Okay,
hey, Best.
Mr. Howard's in the house. Oh my gosh, I had the hardest time before I found his channel. I kept trying to find his channel, and I must have been typing something really wrong, because I couldn't find him for the longest time. But that is a cool cat right there. And wow, he knows so much. How one of these days, I have noticed with the gardening and stuff, Janet, I have noticed that a lot more comes automatic to me. Whereas before it was like, I need to check, I need to look this up, I need to go. Like, it's so cool. I love that. And I'm looking forward to whenever you guys are able to start looking for your little dream place. Man, I'm looking so girl, right?
The looking has begun. We're waiting on.
She's hungry. You're eating on camera. You didn't even offer her a bite, Janet. What is wrong with you, woman?
I just saw her comment. Like, you want me to make you one? I have a whole pack. And I have a.
Time to get there.
I have peanut butter.
Good golly!
It's just literally as big as my face.
I eat giant jar of peanut butter. What in the world, woman?
I like peanut butter.
I used to eat a lot of peanut butter. I don't anymore. But yeah. See, oh, that's so crazy. Oh my. Aw.
For me, I think the biggest thing about knowing that there's a reason why some things are hard is I can look them up and look for workarounds. Like, I don't have to try and figure it all out for myself. I can look up time blindness and see what other people do about it. And I really should.
But the thing is, the problem was I didn't never know what to look up. You don't know when you type in what the hell is wrong with me. You don't get the right answer.
Right? Yeah, like there's it's a little too broad.
Right, it
Why
is.
am I always late? And then people talk to you about like preparing better. Like, this is, you don't understand. You don't understand.
Prepare for what? I'm not sure what I'm supposed to be prepared for. What are you talking about?
Right?
Yeah. It gets easier once you start understanding how your brain works and how your body reacts also. It gets a lot.
Oh, man. I'm sorry you have crappy peanut butter there.
You woman, she's so bad. Look, see, I ate some banana chips. I've been dehydrating the heck out of some. See, Sharon's Karen. Thank you. Mm-hmm. I've been dehydrating the heck out of fruit lately. So I've been doing, I know, banana chips and mango slices, which I'm going to try some chunks next because the slices they're wonderful. They like melt on your tongue, but it's annoying to use a vegetable peeler to make super thin. Perfect for potato chips. If you want to ever make potato chips, vegetable peel it. That's the way to do it. Don't try to slice them potatoes. You're never going to get them thin enough. But and then I've been doing pineapple and kiwis. I did some golden kiwis yesterday.
There's golden kiwis?
Yeah, I mean that's what they're called. They're not actually gold. Actually the flesh is kind of gold now. That's kind of a yellowy. Yeah. Girl,
I'm glad he's making you a sandwich.
That's so awesome. What a good boy. I could have Chad. I can't. We're out of bacon. But he's always your boy. Tell him to hush his mouth. Hush his mouth. You're always my baby. Hush. No, look, I gotta stop.
Never not your baby.
Girl, I will lose my stinking train of thought in a hot second. I will. I'll be looking at stuff. I have no idea where I was just even talking about. But anyway. Yeah. So, what I was trying to say earlier, and I don't know how we're ever going to wrap this up. This shit could go on until tomorrow.
I will wrap it up at about 3:55 because Auntie Ellen comes on at 4, and you know I love my Auntie Ellen.
Very good. So,
otherwise, we'd still be here when James got up for work.
Yeah, easily. Yeah, absolutely. So
we talk about this all the time, and you know what? Maybe we should do this periodically, because
I tell you, we need to talk because stuff comes up that, and both like squirreling out all the time. We're like squirrel, and that we go in every different direction, but we always uncover some really amazing stuff. Like we really do.
And not only that, like, what is it? 2 people in here didn't realize that they were neurodiverse until they came into this. Like,
and I didn't. I mean,
I don't know what it feels like to not know what's wrong and how powerful it is to know.
Like, go ahead and get them strawberries, Howie. Mine are starting to ramp down now, but the June berries will be.
June berries?
Well, there's June bearing berries. We're in June, but yeah. So the other one, I don't even know what half of them are. I know the ones at the strawberry patch that's family here in the town next to me owns. They had some that I really fell in love with called Sweet Charlie strawberries.
I'm grabbing a clean knife because I ate some. Oh shit! I will be right back. I just dumped my water all over the floor.
Oh, well, at least it was only just water and not some toxic soda drink, lady, ma'am. Hubby told, now I mustn't talk too much just now. You also think I'm crazy. What? Hold up. Pacific Trailberry. Oh, Pacific Trailberry. Wait, what is that, Howie? my house is the same way, and we're all the same kind of crazy. We're all neurodivergent. Every one of us are. I don't know what a Pacific trail berry is. I need to know. Janet, look up what. Now you make me. Jamie! Oh no, Swoop's right on.
Yeah. Hey.
Oh, you're making me so hungry, and it's okay.
Making me so hungry. That's why I'm eating a second one.
I'm gonna write this down. The Pacific trail berry.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not really close to the Pacific, so maybe that's why.
All we know is some stuff. All right, so he said that it's like eating a wine gum. Oh, I would not like that berry. You're saying it has like a wine flavor?
Mm-mm.
I would not like
wine. Wine's too sweet.
No, I don't like to take wine. Tastes like vinegar to me, but like grape, the muscadine and the scuppernong. Well, actually, the scuppernong not so much, but with the muscadine, when they're really ripe, and I mean they're perfect for making stuff with, but they have like almost a wine smell to me. And I do not like them at that stage. I will make them into other stuff. Oh, Sammy Jo! Hi!
Hey, Sammy Jo! I didn't see her.
She just now.
Five-Foot Forest.
Well, I would like the blackberry. Okay, so hold on. Not wine. Blackberry? Hold up. What's it called again? Pacific Trail. That is super cool.
Yes, blackberries are nice. They can be really sweet or they can be really not sweet depending on the bush.
Oh, the blackberries?
Hmm?
So I find the
I like them though.
Blackberries are really sweet if you gotta let them get really good and dark and dull. When the skin is really shiny, it's not really done. They almost need to be falling right off hold up.
Yeah, if you have to put any pressure to get them off, they're not ready.
That is freaking cool though. Knowing that kind of yeah. And then this morning I went out this morning. One of the first things I did this morning was, obviously collect blackberries because they're totally in. But now blueberries are coming in, and what too? It's a whole thing. It's wonderful. Oh my gosh, girl! I'm making some berry crumbles very, very soon. I do this mixed berry. I'll do a video for you.
So Netta's Nets, what are you cooking? And also, hey to all of the various Buddha, all of the various Buddha accounts.
Swoop.
From the grade. Hey, Data's Delicious Dishes. Eating anything good today? I ask while eating a tortilla with peanut butter. Which is not something I would consider to be a great food. But today is exactly what I need.
Oh, okay. Howard says, depending on the location, the blackberry can taste sweet or sour. Okay, now I go. All right, Howard. Get a bunch of them. Have a good one. Here we go, Miss Dustin.
Swoop Raid. So Swoop has a channel. It's Swoop Like Me.
Yes, it is.
She does Thursday. She does a Thursday live. It's Thankful Thursday. And so everybody from Swoop's live is coming over here to say hi and show support and be amazing because they're always amazing.
Always supportive and amazing. They really are. And
I highly recommend Swoop's lives.
Yes.
They're so fun. Saturday's a little different. Just saying.
So I've heard. I can't stay up.
I won something and I gotta unbox it this Saturday on Swoop's Live because I wanted a Swoop's Live. And I am not unboxing that on my channel. No. No.
Hold up. Wait. Okay, wait. I done wrote them berries down. Now, what time is this unboxing? It's
11 p.m. on Saturday.
Gotta watch it on the replay. Janet, girl.
You'll have to watch the replay. I know you won't be awake. Or set an alarm.
A pork rib pita sandwich. That
sounds amazing.
Don't it? I bet it's better.
Netta's. Did you see her chicken and rice?
Look at that! Oh my gosh. Swoop. I was listening to
Tell Swoop I said hey.
Me too. What am I?
If she's still on after Auntie Ellen, I'll probably come say hi. Unboxing on Saturday is perfect. I know, right, Jamie?
See, I gotta look at the replay. I seriously am making a note because I will forget, and this should be hilarious.
I know what I'm getting, so I mean,
Please.
there's that.
Janet.
Yes, ma'am.
You're making mine be inquiring. Why are you doing that?
Because I'm excited. I'm excited about what's in the package.
Is James
so
going to
be? You all excited too.
It got me very curious. I'm just like, is James jealous? Is he going to be okay?
James already knows what I got. I told him the night that I won it.
I see something. Oh, Buddha says, shh.
Yeah, Peach, set your alarm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, time zone does make a difference too with lives. Swoop's in the same time zone as me, I think.
Look who's her.
Yay, Mr. Barry. Can I drop my link? I don't know if I can drop my link or not. I think Peach will have to.
I didn't. Oh, what? Why wouldn't you be able to? Are you not?
I don't know. Do I have a wrench on your channel? I don't remember if we gave each other wrenches or not. I don't know.
I don't think there was a reason to, but hold on. Let me try. Give me a moment.
I don't think so either.
Yeah. Hold, please. Okay, this is little. Look, just. Oh no, you're typing in your chat.
I'm coming over to yours.
Say who? What? Yeah, dude, please go over there and I'll give you a wrench if you need a wrench. I don't know why I wouldn't have given you a wrench other than because
we may just not have been.
We talking all the time. We ain't wrenching. We're talking. We always running our mouth.
Right. All right. Yeah. Let me say something, and we'll see if I've got a wrench.
Okay.
I do have a wrench. Okay, let me find my channel and put the linky.
I don't freaking know.
There.
Hola. Okay. Did y'all see that? She said hola.
All right, let's see.
You did. Yay! Good job.
Yup. I'm very proud of myself.
Good job. Good job. Wrenching and ringing out.
See, I get a product from Slope, and all of a sudden I'm wrenching, and
her damn
all kinds of things happen.
She's like, "Is it Saturday yet?"
Right? I want to open the damn pack. I was to last Saturday, but I couldn't myself. I like steak. I didn't realize like why. Then I started my period like the next day, and I was like, oh. That's why I had no energy. Like I was laying in bed. I was sort of awake at the time her live started, but I was just like, no, I can't do this. Mm-mm.
I don't know.
You all know all about my life.
You know what? I'll be up 3:30. So sometimes I wake up as early as 2:30 in the morning. Usually I can go back to sleep for like at least another 30 minutes or so. But 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning, pretty normal. The stuff that's live on YouTube at that time of day is not typical.
Really?
I'm just saying.
Thanks, Davis.
Some real weird stuff be happening in the middle of the night. So, what the
I will remember that. Hey, random neurodiverse question. Do you ever experience this cool phenomenon? So, like, you go to sleep and you wake up and you do a few things and you go back to sleep for like a little nap. And that nap is the best sleep ever.
Yes, and typically is accompanied by a waking where I have no freaking clue where I'm at, what day it is, what year.
Like the deepest, most wonderful sleep ever.
Most lovely kind of sleep in the world. It's like a gentle rain on a tin roof all afternoon. Right?
Yes.
It's my jam.
Mm-hmm. We've got like this awning that goes over our front porch. I don't know if you've ever seen it on any of the videos. I usually don't try and have it on there, but the rain hits it when it rains, and it is tin, so it's perfect.
Man, I'm trying. So right back here out my window. Hold up.
And that is the best habit. That little nap at the end of sleep is the best.
This thing right out here.
Uh-huh.
I don't know how, but we've got to figure out a way to put some shade thing up, some kind of a thing. I don't know, something with a roof, something. But I want to put tin on it, the galvanized roofing on it, because then every time it rains, first of all, it's right outside my window. And it'll be it almost vibrating. It would be loud enough that you almost would feel the vibrations. And I think that is, yes, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
It's the best.
Because I love that little nap. It's the best sleep I have, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Gut when you're like, why from the drool out of your face? And you're like, wait.
Right?
Where am I?
What day is it?
That was so good.
Right?
Yeah. Oh, man.
Getting up is hard.
I kind of
second nap.
It's like second coffee. I look forward to my second cup of coffee. And I try to hold it off. Because I have one at 5:30 in the morning. I have 3 more days that happen in my day.
Wow.
I like to have just one more. I don't like to overdo it. I'm not like addicted to caffeine or anything, but I'm addicted to that coffee. It tastes like chocolate. It's Lavazza, Gran Selezione, or some Italian-y kind of, I don't know. I'm telling you, yeah, girl.
Wow.
It's like dessert.
My second Mountain Dew used to be like that. Like, it was like such a luxury.
I'm such a bad person. You're sitting there listening to me talk about better as coffee.
Man, do you know that I am now down to only Diet Mountain Dew on Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday.
All right.
I'm drinking my little peach iced tea out of my skull.
It's huge. That's a big deal. It's like, it is not nothing, ma'am. I appreciate that you're doing that. Not as much as your body appreciates that you're doing that, but
my body does enjoy the days that I'm not drinking so much Diet Mountain Dew. I feel I can tell a difference.
Well, seems to me your body trying to be telling you something in there, lady.
My body's been trying to tell me something for a while.
I've been telling you all that.
You know what happens when somebody tells me to do a thing, including my body.
I know. You're like, the hell I will.
I will drink 5 Mountain Dews.
You don't tell me. I tell me.
Later. Girl, you going live tonight?
Hey.
Tonight you're live? I think it was 9 o'clock. Best teas. What is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember the first word, but something. Yes, I am aware. That's why I'm down to less days per week. And I'm down from 2 cans per day to just.
Marita Jordan Krabs is in. Hi.
Hey, Marita.
How you doing,
How are you doing? How you doing?
Well, currently we're talking deadly, sweet, poisonous soda. No.
and it's love bubbles.
Really, you're doing good.
Tomorrow I get to have one. I'm excited. Because tomorrow's my first day at the new market. Yeah, tomorrow's the Marshall, Illinois market, the one that's by where James works.
But Marshall, we've already tested once, right?
No, Marshall's the one that is, it starts tomorrow. That's the first day of their market. And they're the one that's by James's job. So James could probably help me set up a little bit before he goes into work.
Okay. Are you chill?
Yeah.
Are you?
I mean, I'm as chill as I can be. Like, I was chill about it until this morning when I didn't feel good and I had to sleep when I had plans to do things. Like, I had a very organized, planned out day with spray painting things and making some videos and making some products. And it kind of like disrupted my plan. But in general, I'm chill. I've already met somebody from that market. So I have a friend who apparently sells jalapeno cheese bread.
Okay.
I will be
Oh,
purchasing.
that's good. I'm glad that you're gonna get something that's homemade from somebody. Janice Cruising Homestead says I do better with more water and less diet drinks. So
Sam.
so you also are this part of being divergent, and we're not enough of us are aware of it, and even when we are aware of it, we're not necessarily fully aware of it. But like neurodivergency does not just simply happen in the brain; it is your whole body, and you will potentially overreact or underreact or act in a completely different way to some substances as other
Yeah,
people.
caffeine does not affect me the way that affects other
Yeah,
people.
you go right
It's
to sleep with caffeine. That doesn't mean nothing. Caffeine is a joke. It's as far as like it's not keeping me awake. Yeah, no.
yeah.
Yeah. So there's just some differences there. So I have been. Hold up. It is June now. It has been a year and 3 months. A year and 3 months ago is when I started changing everything about all of our food. It started with the bread.
Nice.
It's um, I do not have the issues that I was having.
Hey,
The
Chris.
gut issues and the brain fog issues and the inability to feel stable emotionally, all of that is completely different now that I only eat food that we like. I mean, mostly only eat food that I make, like all of the steps. I made broccoli salad. Did a video on it too. I made broccoli salad. Janet, I made the mayonnaise.
Ooh, broccoli
Broccoli.
salad is amazing.
I made the mayonnaise.
Nice.
Right. But that is important because mayonnaise is made usually with soybean oil. That stuff is horrible and humans should not consume it. It has a terrible effect on your hormones. Actually, it has an even worse effect on men's hormones, but male and female alike, children, it causes all sorts of stuff to happen. It's not good stuff. So anyway, yeah, I got off of that, and then all the aches and the pain started to subside, and then I started getting more vitamins, and I still supplement with the vitamins, with vitamin D, a couple other vitamins. But I'm telling you, there are so many things that the problem is we're not getting told what is it that's causing this. We're getting treated for whatever it is. Nobody's ever even attempted to ask the question of, okay, so what's happening that's causing this? I mean, there was some questions. There was some questions. I remember. I mean, like I said, I was being under the care of doctors for 30 some years, pretty nonstop. I was never ever made aware of the fact that heartburn and GERD is not due to too much acid; it's too little. So without knowing that, you just kind of take the word of whatever. You take the, hey, DC's bees, how you doing today? Or this afternoon. I talked to you this morning in the live, sir. How are you today? Those things would just set me up for failure, and those things tend to set people up for failure. But again, the question is, I think that we all need to take a minute and be like, okay, wait a minute. Okay, so why does my hip hurt all the time? Like, don't say just because I'm old. That don't make no sense. Oh, it's arthritis. Well, what is arthritis? Arthritis is inflammation.
Right.
Sugar causes severe inflammation in high doses, which is in everything in a grocery store. It's packaged and put in everything. It's a subsidized crop. Of course it's in everything. You get more money if you put it in everything. I mean, it's really hard. So the food thing has really helped with all of those things. And my family's become the incredible shrinking family in size. Like nobody's trying to lose weight. We're all losing like a lot of weight. It's not insubstantial. The guys have lost over 30 pounds each. They need new clothes too. Eventually you get caffeine burnout to the point where the body, it'll do that too. It'll do that. And that's just relying on the whole, that's terrible too. My father and my stepmother drank coffee all day, every day. You know how bad that is for your bones? I mean, I didn't. As a person, as an adult, even not until more recently in the last 10 years that I found out that crap strips you of, it's like being pregnant all the time and not having the nutrition, so your body gives it all to the baby. Oh, sorry. What? Sugar's not evil. Sugar's not evil. Sugar's not evil. Sugar's not
processing of sugar is evil. And keeping it out of proportion and putting it in every single thing that is processed.
Yeah, so packaged food, 90% of what is at the grocery store has been processed. And I don't know, about 65 to 70% of that, and I'm being very, 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 whatever you call it when you're just trying not to be really fully on it. I'm trying to be whatever you call when you're being lower than. Okay. The items at the store have so much of that nonsense, high fructose corn sugar or whatever, corn syrup, and sugar's listed under so many different names and so many products that, that level of sugar is toxic, very toxic. And then at the same time, there's still the whole fat-free, low-fat thing is still a trend. I don't know why. Y'all, we need animal fat. Our brain
it's there for a reason.
Yeah, it is. Absolutely. I mean, and not one thing. I think we should all try to just be more aware of what we're putting in our bodies, because that stuff is not food. It's just not food. Seriously. Where in nature can you find that bag of whatever or that box of whatever? And I never asked myself that stuff before. Now I'm asking myself, and I'm like, wait, that color is not found in nature, and all the, all the
right. Red dye number 40. All right, y'all. So it is 4:02. 4:02, which means Auntie Ellen has begun. And yes, that is totally true. I have had arthritis in my knee since I was a little kid. For whatever reason, there just wasn't a lot of tissue. There wasn't a lot of padding in that. Hey, living my best life at 60. Nice to see you.
And Big Rooster. Oh my gosh, and
Big Rooster, what?
We gonna talk up here about that, ma'am. I could talk with you about that for hours and hours and hours and hours, but we both be mad as heck. I can just show you that. But and we have to jump off of here because Janet has a very important date. She got to go.
Auntie Ellen, I am putting the link to Auntie Ellen in the chat, so y'all can go see Auntie Ellen as well if you feel the need.
And we will do this again. Absolutely, we'll do this again. Bye.
You can tell it if you go to Auntie Ellen, maybe type in P&J raid, Peach and Janet raid, hashtag P&J raid.
Dude, y'all I don't even know what she said. I'm elevated. I'm about to get a little higher than that, ma'am. Go enjoy your Auntie Ellen.
I will.
Bye,
everybody. See ya later.
We'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.